George Rogers Clark High School in Winchester. This is the Fox 56 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto.
Welcome back into the Home Team Showcase. Michael Epps alongside Bobby Baldwin, Joel Bennett. We had a awesome first game to start our Home Team Showcase, a thriller. So if we get that kind of level of intensity and excitement, we're in for quite a day, guys.
It was start to finish. You know, I think Frederick Douglass, they scored the first basket, played catch up the rest of the ball game. They got to look at 24 of 41 at the foul line, but Knox Central, they took a knockout punch and they held on.
Intensity personified. That's all you can say about it. And if the rest of the game or the day is like that, then we've got 3 more great games to go.
Boyd County and Great Crossing is our second game of the day. Let's introduce you to the Lions boys team.
Marcus Brumfield, senior center. Cole Hicks, senior guard.
Griffin Taylor, senior guard.
Ethan Raridan, junior guard. Clark Huff, sophomore forward. Jackson Childers, senior forward. Brett Holbrook, senior guard. Jacob Spurlock, junior guard.
On you.
All right. Well, Boyd County coming out of the 16th region, a solid team. Great season last year, lost in the region championship. Great Crossing last year finally got over the hump in that region title game, trying to win that 11th region. Finally got it going. Let's introduce you to the Warhawks.
Malachi Marino, senior center. Vince Dawson, senior guard.
Janias Burrell, senior guard.
Gage Richardson, senior guard.
Jamari Mason, senior guard.
Ryan Payne, senior forward.
Trevante Cooper, junior guard. Jordan Kuntz, junior forward.
LJ Holman, sophomore guard.
Graham Swartz, sophomore guard.
No Day, sophomore guard. Brady Orm, freshman forward. Osmond Ishmael, freshman guard.
Court DeLimpo, freshman guard.
Great Crossing's got one of the most talented teams, not only in the state, really in the nation, ranked nationally amongst public and private schools outside of the preps. They're around 15, and they've been in the top 25 last season. Now this season, the Warhawks, man, they are certainly a favorite to get back to Rupp and probably have a good chance to get far in Rupp and win that state championship.
Well, with the way the competition is in the 11th region, it's always tough. And the Great Crossing, again, the preseason number 1. Yeah, Max Prep's got him at number 15 nationally.
Boyd County out of the 16th lost to Ashland Blazer, and I hate to bring it up because you know that is a rivalry loss that they really had a hard time dealing with because, you know, not only do you want to get to Rupp, but you want to beat your rival. And head coach Randy Anderson in his 15th year coaching Boyd County, I was talking to him yesterday. He told me that they've been knocked out by Blazer each of the last 3 years. Beat Blazer 3 times throughout the season. Then you lose to them in the region title game. Devastating. But they got a lot coming back. Jacob Spurlock, Cole Hicks, their 2 leading scorers, 4 of their top 5 leading scorers. Guys, this Boyd County team can light it up from 3-point range.
Well, there's no question about it. They bring back at least 70% of their scoring, and given that, they might be able to put up a good effort here against a very, very strong Great Crossing team. But this ought to be a good one.
Great Crossing bringing back everybody that they feel like they need to go out there and get back to Rupp Arena, losing in the state semifinals to Lyon County and Travis Perry. It was a fantastic game. Joel, we were talking about it yesterday. You were there checking that out. It was a fantastic day of basketball, capped off with Lyon County taking down Harlan County in the state championship. Trent Noah against Travis Perry. But for this Great Crossing team, that was a tough battle to go out there and take on Perry and Brady Shoulders in that semifinal game. They felt they had the team good enough to win it all. They bring back everybody besides Jeremiah Godfrey, a strong forward for them. But when you got a guy like Malachi Moreno, number 24, going to the University of Kentucky, you probably got a pretty good chance, huh?
I would say so. He's, you know, and he's probably no way reached his ceiling yet as far as a basketball player. He'll just get better and better. And you know, we saw that with, I'll say Reed Shepherd became a better college basketball player than he was high school, if you can believe it.
Well, if he grows anymore, he'll hit the ceiling.
There you go.
The guy is pretty tall. He's 7 feet tall. They don't have him listed that high, but he is, certainly. And going to Mark Pope in the University of Kentucky, so it's going to be fun to watch him down here.
Well, a three-point shot taken immediately by Great Crossing in the opening possession by Holman, and a foul called inside.
Holman definitely a shooter, 57% last year from the field.
Looking to inbound it, Dawson, high post pass to Marino, wants to go, Childers took it away on the turnover. Boyd County in transition, pull up three, missed it. Childers trying to battle in there with Marino. It goes out of bounds. Great Crossing, the Warhawks, the home team in the white uniforms. Boyd County out of the 16th region, wearing the road grays.
Steve Page, the head coach of the Great Crossing Warhawks, he's been there since the school became a school a handful of years ago. He coached the middle school team. He's coached these guys for years, so he certainly loves this group. It's a special senior class for him with Malachi Moreno, Vince Dawson, Janias Burrell, and Gage Richardson, two guys who have been playing and starting since their freshman years for the Warhawks.
Well, I've been covering high school basketball around in the area, and I just wondered, it seemed like they've been playing for forever. And yeah, when you're good young, the coach recognizes talent, and he keeps you in there.
New to the game for Boyd County, Jackson Childers. He's a senior, 6'8", so we'll see what he can bring to the table here to try to counteract Marino on the interior.
Holbrook matched up against Dawson. Great Crossing playing a man-to-man, and Childers with a long three, and shots like that, Bobby, from your post player, that can extend the floor.
No question. You'll have to come out and guard him if he does that a time or two again.
Marino calling for it on the double team, and the double down came, and it arrived in the help of Marcus Brumfield, and Brumfield a little aggressive on the double down, picks up the foul. Interestingly, Great Crossing, of their 5 possessions, they've turned it over 3 times, so getting off to a little shaky start. See what they can do here on the inbound pass, and there is another near turnover.
Jacob Spurlock on that defense.
Well, Spurlock had Dawson, who shook free of him and missed the runner in the lane. Going the other way, Hicks with it, right wing, check there, Childers, ball fake, goes, wraparound pass, kick it over, making the extra pass to Childers, mid-range jumper with Marino in his face, he missed. Holman wants to run, bounce pass picked off, 4th Warhawk turnover, 3-on-3. Nothing, numbers aren't there in favor of Boyd County, so they set up the half court. Spurlock trying to get free. Picked up, 18-foot fadeaway, got it. Boy, you talking about a tough shot. That was one there.
22-point a game average last year. He can do it.
Spurlock is an absolute bucket. Talking with Boyd County head coach Randy Anderson, as I mentioned, in his 15th year, he's been around a while and likes his team a lot. He talked about weight room. They have been there grinding in the offseason. That region title game that I mentioned against Ashland Blazer, a physical game that they feel like they lost the edge with their physicality. You know, guys, the crazy stat, they didn't shoot a single free throw in that game. Blazers shot 15, 16. So that was a message in the offseason. They've certainly brought that physicality here to this group with Spurlock, like you mentioned, Bobby, 22 a game, 6.5 rebounds a game. The guy can certainly fill it up.
Well, despite the physicality, that is a surprise in that regional final for sure.
0 free throws. I was stunned when I saw it. You know, and maybe he had Mr. Anderson had a couple words for the officials there, maybe in that game. But, you know, at the end of the day, they lost 61-47. A devastating way to lose to your rival for the 3rd straight year. So extra motivation with a group that has a lot of returning guys. Cole Hicks, 14.5 a game last year. Rhett Holbrook, Griffin Taylor is actually injured. He had a sprained ankle in practice, so he will not be playing in this game. They hope to be getting him back sometime in the next month or 2. But a lot of talent on this team.
No question.
Ball pressure as Holbrook comes into the front court. Gets relief, and a three-point shot missed badly, and that leads to a great crossing run out, and they score 3 passes and 2 points.
Well, you move it up the floor with the pass quicker than you can the dribble, and that was a prime example of it.
3 minutes deep into the game, and great crossing with their first basket. Spurlock, catch and shoot 3 on the money.
He can fill it up.
Boyd County right now 2 of 4 shooting the 3. They lead 8-3, driving in, shot put up, contested and missed. With the rebound coming away is Clark Huff, who's in there replacing Childress, and actually that time Holbrook put his teammate in a pretty tough spot. Reardon trying to, run the floor, and
you don't want to pass it behind him.
Yeah, he put him in a tough spot. Great crossing with the ball. Boyd County on top, 8-3 here early in this ball game. Dawson working on an isolation play. He lost it, and the Warhawks turn it over for the 5th time. Stop and pop. Spurlock hits another 3. He's got 8 in the game.
Pull him off, guys.
And there's a return slam dunk from Marino on a pass from beyond midcourt.
Long alley-oop there.
Yeah.
Throw it up there and let the big guy catch it. Marino just shoving out there saying, go get him. Puts Mason out on top saying, put pressure on Hicks. Now Mason switches off. As a shot by Hicks is missed, Marino with his 4th rebound already. Lead pass off the backboard. It goes to Dawson. Dawson kick it out. Richardson 3 from the left corner, not there. Rebound put up and in.
You give him the inside position, and it is true curtains. It's over.
All right, guys, Jordan Adams is standing by with Great Crossing's head coach, Steve Page.
Hey, guys, here with Great Crossing head coach Steve Page, the man of the hour. Coach, no Janias Burrell right now. Are you feeling the effects of not having your starting point guard out here with some sloppy turnovers?
No, I think it's just first time out playing somebody different. So, we got kids capable of doing it with or without. Obviously, we'd rather have Janias, not saying that, but we got kids capable of doing it.
Obviously, we all know how last season ended. How's your team improved, and how have they used that as motivation to get over the hump and bring a state championship to Georgetown?
Yeah, I mean, they've been working hard in the offseason, and obviously we have one goal this year, and that's to win the state title. So we got a long way to go, as everybody else does at this time of the season. But yeah, they've been working.
It's early. What have you liked so far from your team, and what's maybe one thing that you would want to improve before that first regular season game?
Well, the thing we've been struggling in practice has hurt us early, and that's transition defense. And we tell our kids all the time with Malachi down low, we've got to do a better job of guarding the three-point line, because teams are going to, we're going to get beat when we give up too many threes, and that's what's happened early. So that's been our Achilles early in the season. It started out that way. So we know what we need to improve on. Kind of a good learning experience for them to see it. So now I can show them on film, and we got something else to talk about.
Well, that's going to do it for me and Coach Page. We hope you enjoy the rest of this Great Crossing and Boyd County game. Michael, back to you guys.
All right, Jordan, thanks a lot. A lot of talent and senior leadership on this team, so they should hypothetically be okay without Janias. But to go out there and not have your floor general, you'd think, okay, well, anybody can throw it down to Malachi Moreno, but they certainly need to really get some offensive momentum going. And I think, guys, that starts with Vince Dawson. He's a lethal mid-range shooter. Obviously, a ton of talent at all 3 levels. He's going to Moorhead State to play basketball, so they should certainly try to get him going as well.
Well, he's a beast, a man-child. He's a big guy, sturdy body, and there's a three-point shot put up and in. I really like Dawson's game. He can take it out on the dribble and push it down the floor. At 6'5", he poses matchup problems. However, the Warhawks turn it over again. Boyd County looking to add to the lead. Here's a 3 by Spurlock off the back iron, and right now, Boyd County, the Lions have already taken 11 three-point shots, making 5 of them in this first quarter. Dawson, he'll try his hand at a 3. Long kicker comes out. Holbrook's got it. We're approaching a minute to go in this first quarter, and the Lions with the ball in a 19-11 lead. Driving in, and the foul is going to be called. Mason called for the push. The big thing, 2 quick fouls on Jackson Childress, the 6'8" post player. But Boyd County's been able to hang in there despite the fact Marino's got 7 of the 11.
2 8-point leads already in this first quarter.
Inbound pass with the ball and the lead. Boyd County with it. Spot up three.
Wow.
Got it, man. Shot that with Cooper right in his face.
Double score here inside the final minute.
Second three of the game by Hicks. Down on the blocks, kick it out, making the extra pass, but then attacking. Shot put up, missed in there. Rebound follow, that'll go.
Brady Orem.
Yeah, guys, the Warhawks are going to be relying on him a little bit more now with Godfrey gone. He was Godfrey was that guy in the dunker spot. Averaged just shy of 10 a game, 60% from the field, 5 rebounds a game. So that's a lot to ask Brady Orem to fill that role, but he'll be one of those guys, tall player who's, you know, they're going to need him to, you know, just step up and add some physicality in the post outside of Moreno.
He's got a lot of basketball left, only a freshman, as he blocks out and tries to seal off and successfully does. The errant shot as Raridan tried to chase down that three-point miss. Now almost like a little 2-for-1. Boyd County shot it early in the possession, thinking they'll get it back, but great crossing now with 20 seconds. Top of the key, high post to Marino. Drop step, pushes his way down into the paint and draws the foul. You know, pretty much anybody's a mismatch to the 7-1 player.
Well, if you can get him the ball anywhere inside the arc, he can take it strong unless he's doubled.
Well, you got to think Mark Pope might be watching our broadcast here this morning, afternoon, checking out his future commit. You know, it was a huge plus for Pope to reel him in. Obviously, he was kind of the favorite. John Calipari was recruiting him as well, but for him to stay home, stay local, go to Kentucky, that kind of jump-started Mark Pope's recruiting class that followed up with Jasper Johnson and Caden Lewis and potentially even more. So, you know, Malachi will certainly be fun to watch in the blue and white next season at UK, but he's got a lot to still show here in his senior season, of course, trying to win that state championship.
Richardson off the curl, missed the leaner. 3 seconds, and Boyd County will get a shot off at the horn. And, well, if you're going to evaluate Malachi Marino, Coach Pope won't have any further drive ever, or any closer drive, if you want to look at it that way. 18 miles, he can come over here to GRC Arena. Well, we've got a pretty good crowd. They still are filtering in, and the home team showcase rolls on with its Boyd County, the Lions out of the 16th region, leading Great Crossing 22-14 after 1.
Strong start for Boyd County, really jumping out. Spurlock with a huge start to the game. The guy can fill it up. He scored 744 points last season. 700 plus in a season is fantastic, no matter who you are. He could shoot the 3 ball at a 40% clip last season. We've seen that in this game. So we've seen that the offense will run through him. He got mad at himself that he missed one. You know, he's yelling at himself. So he will probably be close to 20 here in this ball game today.
Well, looking at some of the stats in that first quarter of play, Great Crossing 0 for 3 from three-point range, while Boyd County, they shot 6 of 14 in the first quarter alone. 6 turnovers by Great Crossing, only 1 by Boyd County. Second chance scoring, 6-5 edge to Great Crossing. Fast break scoring, a 4-0 edge in favor of the Warhawks as well. 5 different players have scored for Boyd County, while it's been 3 players scoring for Great Crossing. Great Crossing at the foul line in this game, 2 of 5 shooting free throws.
If they can make 3 out of every 7 3-pointers, they're going to definitely be in this game. And that's what they did the first quarter.
Stop and go move, and they've got Childers back in the game. 3-point shot put up. That one's missed. Ball batted around, taken away. Good hustle there by Holbrook to keep it alive for the Lion team. Left side of the circle, then pulling it out is Spurlock. They're throwing the 3rd player on him right now, guarding him, and that's Cooper on him. Step back 3, too strong, rebound, tipped out, and another opportunity for the Lions. Spurlock, left baseline, rolled it off. Battling in there hard, pulling that rebound away. Great Crossing on a run out. Marino slam it home.
He cheated out on that one after the miss and was rewarded.
his second lob slam of this game. He now in the game has 9 points. Childers step back three. Marino in his face, left side, not there, and a big freshman Orman with the rebounded miss. Great crossing. Orman in the paint. High lob to Marino. Tried to tip it all in one motion. Out to Gage Richardson. Three-point sharpshooter. Shows mid-range skills as he hits a 10-footer off the bounce.
Well, that's what you got to do. Ball fake, go to the middle, go up strong, and 2 points.
It's 22-18 in favor of Boyd County, and the Lions with the ball and that lead. They run the weave out on top. Great crossing, just switching defensively. Now they bring Childers out to get Malachi Marino away from the goal, but the three-point shot is missed. Slipping in there, floater, Spurlock got it at the rim. Boy, just a beautiful floater.
Well, what a gifted acrobatic move on the baseline.
Well, the Warhawks falling asleep a little bit defensively, just thinking that ball is going to go out of bounds. Great effort from the Lions to go out there, save that ball, catch the pass, and get to the cup. So certainly going to need a little bit more focus from the Warhawks if you're head coach Steve Page.
Yeah, they've missed, Boyd County's missed their last 4 threes, but they now have a 7-6 edge in second chance scoring. So they're missing the shots, but they're getting other opportunities. Dawson double team, kick it out. Holbrook missed the shot. Unselfish play by Dawson as he wanted to kick it out, and Coach Page telling his team, hey, get up, go out there and pick up the players. So he wants a little ball pressure, full court. They throw over the defense. Here's Holbrook, 2-on-1. Childers, shot put up, contested by Marino. He rips down his 5th rebound. Comes into the front court, picks up the dribble. Dawson looking for his first score, can't get it this time. Another opportunity for this great crossing team. Marino elevates, missed the shot. Dawson cleans it up.
Well, that was an easy one for Moore with that strong side rebound.
Boyd County with the ball and the lead, and now they have missed their last 5 3-point shots. Great crossing on the run out. Dawson at the rim, put it in.
And all of a sudden, this 11-point lead has been trimmed to 2 here.
8 points in transition buckets for great crossing. As Bobby described, they're only down by 2. Spurlock kick it out. 3-point shot finally rattled in as Cole Hicks hits his 3rd 3 of the game.
Boyd County head coach Randy Anderson certainly enjoying seeing that. Colby Wilson is standing by with him. Hey, Colby.
Coach, you've been with this program since 2010. What's the expectation that you have for every single group that comes through your program?
We build ours on memories and relationships. You got to have great memories. Your teammates has got to be very, very important. When you do that with the relationship, then usually it ends up in good memories. And so that's kind of what the basis of our whole program has been about.
You went 27-7 last season, shot 40% from 3, which is awesome. You watched this game, and that number won't be too far off. What's the expectation that you have in terms of shooting behind the arc?
Well, behind the arc,
yes,
we shoot a ton of them in practice. I have a bunch of gym rats, and they love to get in there and shoot off the gun and that type of thing. And so we really trust our kids. If their feet are set and they feel it, then we trust them to take them. So, and when that happens, then usually you get the results that we have here in the last 2 or 3 years.
You look at the stats from last year, and you really do have a whole bunch of scorers. How is it having Griffin back? People like that, they can always score points.
It's comforting as a coach to know that you got role players and you got scorers and you got all of that. But it seems like with this bunch here, because of their closeness, because of their work ethic, at any given night, any of them can score it.
You've been doing this for a while, but what excites you the most is each year as you continue to do what you're doing?
And once again, it's relationships. It's about getting to know the kids and trusting them and helping them kind of be solid, so later in life they can kind of relate back to things. And it's the kids, it's the coaches that I work with that make what I do, why I've done it for 41 years. So
thanks, Coach. We're looking forward to the season.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Randy Anderson, he told me that yesterday while I was talking to him, previewing this matchup. Stretch the floor, shoot a lot of threes. His team was second in the state in scoring 2 out of the last 3 years. You shoot 40% from 3 as a team, you are certainly going to score a lot of points. And then you have 4 of their 5 returning scorers back. So, and then on defense, you know, they pride themselves on man. You know, they'll switch things up, run matchups, but they're a man-to-man team. They like to try to get physical, and you know, that was their big talk, was weight room in the offseason. He talked about it there. And so with the amount of experience coming back, these guys are comfortable in the system and now going to grow that confidence and try to be a Rupp Arena team.
And the thing about Boyd County, there's 1,000 fewer students at the Boyd County school than there is at Great Crossing. Boyd County last year, they were the Class 2A. That's a relatively new tournament. Class 2A state runner-up. So not only were they state runner-up, they had to travel all the way to Owensboro from Ashland to play in that event. Baseline jumper by Childers is missed, and boy, a lot of unselfish passing, maybe a little too much passing in there. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Childers, and that will really tie the hands of that Boyd County coach, Randy Anderson, somewhat in the second half, with his big post player picking up a 3rd foul with 2.5 minutes to play here before halftime.
Yeah, he fouled Orem. It wasn't even against Marino, but quick action there. Unfortunately, drawing that 3rd.
And impressive stuff for Brady Orem with Malachi out of the game. Yeah. For him to be that big, to run the floor, fill the lane properly, be right in position to be at the cup and draw a foul. Huge stuff with Malachi just taking a rest. They're going to need, because that used to be Jeremiah Godfrey, you know, filling that spot. So big stuff from Brady Orem right there.
Well, and Orem, he is 3 of 3 at the foul line and give him 7 points off the Warhawk bench. So to Michael's point, I don't think Coach Page could be more pleased with what he's seen in the first 8 minutes of basketball out of that freshman. In a hurry, Hicks races in the front court, stop and pop 15 feet, and he got it straight away. Hicks now in double figures with 11.
These guys know their range and are confident here in the early going.
3-pointer by Great Crossing, and the Warhawks at long distance eye, they are still held scoreless from behind the arc. It's 0 for 6 shooting the 3. Hicks with the ball between the circle. Great Crossing playing pressure man-to-man. Switch off. Boy, they give the 3 to Spurlock. He missed it, but the 7th rebound for Marino leads to a fast break in which Boyd County foils as they hustle back.
Yeah, and Anderson was calling Cole Hicks kind of that old school YMCA player. Like when you see him couple years, 20 years down the line, he's going to be the guy getting buckets, that old man. You know, he's an older soul, he said, but a 3-point shooter. We've seen it in this game. He guards the other team's best perimeter offensive threat. He loves that responsibility. Also a wide receiver on the football team. So great stuff from Cole Hicks early on, a senior, 14.5 a game, shot 37% from 3. So certainly one of the guys that they're going to rely upon.
A 10-point lead for Boyd County as Great Crossing brings the ball up, approaching a minute and a half to go before halftime, and still now 0 for 7 from 3-point shooting is Great Crossing. Coach Anderson walking the sideline, watching his team execute as they have the ball and a 10-point lead. Perimeter passing by the Lions. And Spurlock, they're going to call for an illegal screen as Cole Hicks got caught moving on that block. That's only the 2nd turnover by Boyd County in this game, and that's got to be in the game plan, Bobby. Take care of the ball.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball against this crowd, you're going to be in trouble. So far, so good for the Lions.
Oh, I agree. And the 8 points that Great Crossing has in fast break scoring, only one of those buckets has come from a turnover.
And the Lions are doing a solid job on the glass, too. They lost Jason Ellis, their leading rebounder, who was 11 a game, 7 boards a game. He graduated. So for them to still show some strength there up front, Rhett Holbrook, another guy that's going to be stepping up for them in the front court. 8 a game, 4.5 rebounds a game. So they're certainly going to need his physicality down low as well.
Hicks shovels it off, and now they reverse it left side. Ball fake there, and Holbrook's going to bring it out on the dribble and bring Marino with him. Marino on ball. Boyd County working the clock now down to 22. Spurlock losing his balance. Holbrook right on his hip. They throw it out to Hicks, and now the clock at 15. So Boyd County had an 8-point lead at the end of one quarter. They've added 2 points to that lead, and now appears to be holding for the last shot of this first half. Long shot put up, and that's missed. There is heave at the horn, and that will do it. First half comes to an end. Your halftime score here at the home team showcase at the GRC Arena. You've got the Boyd County Lions 34 and the Great Crossing Warhawks 24.
Can't really say too surprising because Boyd County, a fantastic team, but Great Crossing with the firepower, the top rank, losing by 10 here at halftime. Interesting second half ahead. Let's go to a quick commercial break.
Sponsored by Cubby's Auto. This is the Fox 56 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto.
All right, welcome back into the home team showcase. It is halftime between Great Crossing and Boyd County. We just had a kid hit a half-court shot to win $1,000. The place just erupted. So how
Christmas
about that?
came early, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
We're having a lot of fun. We're getting a little Christmas present with this game.
What's the name? Spurlock?
Yeah. A lot of talented players out here, guys. So this is a great present as well.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's Great Crossing, one of the top 15 national teams and preseason #1 for Kentucky. They're down by 10 at halftime, 34-24. But I guess if you're Coach Page, you're looking at, guys, we couldn't have played much worse. We're 0 for 8 shooting the three-point shot. We haven't made a three. We're 40% at the foul line. We've turned the ball over 8 times. Let's settle down and play some ball because Boyd County's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Bobby, we're seeing the highlights right now here on screen. Both teams getting to the cup. But for Boyd County to have that edge on the outside, I think has been a difference maker.
Oh, there's no question about it. It's been huge, and they have really taken advantage of that, as you say.
I think a big second-half storyline is what are we going to see out of Vince Dawson? You know, and he's been such a talented player, 1,000-point scorer. He was fantastic last season, but struggled in that state semifinal game. He got 11 points because he could just get 11 in his sleep, but he struggled late in that game, missed some shots. It was a real tough moment for that team losing that ball game. So for him, he's still trying to get his shot. He shot a couple threes, couple middies, but he should be able to get that momentum going later.
Yeah, I'm looking, and Dawson with only 2 points at halftime, and he's the kind of guy that they need to have something come on real positive for Great Crossing.
Good stuff. We got a few seconds here left in halftime. As I mentioned earlier in the morning, at the home team showcase, we don't have the teams go to the locker room. They're just hanging out here on the bench, getting some water and getting some game plan going as Steve Page and Randy Anderson both talk to their teams, drawing some stuff up here in the huddles as we get ready for the second half of the second game of the home team showcase. Game number 3 will be the George Rogers Clark girls against the West Jessamine Lady Colts. And to wrap up our day will be the GRC boys against Pulaski County. So a fantastic day of basketball ahead.
Well, and interesting to the point, you talk about the outside shooting of Boyd County. They have 24 of their 34 points came in three-point shooting. So the 8 of 22 for the Lions, 0 for 8 is Great Crossing. Turnovers in the game, 8 for the Warhawks, 2 for the Lions. Second chance scoring, 8-7 edge to Great Crossing. Fast break scoring, 8-0 edge to the Warhawks as well. And Boyd County, again, not that they have an aversion to the free throw line, but they have not gone to the free throw as Malachi Moreno with a dunk, and he's in double figures with 11.
That was a quick basket there without question, and here we go up the court.
Absolutely, Bobby. Boyd County pushing it in, kicking out, swinging it around. The 3-ball good from Rhett Holbrook. Talking about him earlier, a senior, expected to be a big piece of this team.
Ty's their biggest lead of the game. He is no question a senior, and excellent play, but ball movement, making those threes can get you the lead.
Malachi Moreno, a missed shot in there with Jackson Childers defending him. And the Lions swinging it around, trying to get some offense going. See if they set a ball screen here for Cole Hicks. No, they just pass it over to Spurlock. The turnaround jumper, no good. And Malachi, the rebound. He eats up a lot of those, Bobby. A big-time rebounder and shot blocker for the Warhawks.
Well, he's not an All-American for nothing.
Three-pointer by L.J. Holman. No rim there. That's an air ball for the sophomore. Expected to get more minutes here as the Warhawks step up, is certainly if they're going to miss Janias Barella, he will need to be a big piece at the start of the season. He gets that bucket there, and fast break, finding him ahead of the Lions defense.
Well, that left-handed pass from about 70 feet showed you Marino's skill set as far as being able to pass that ball. That was a tremendous pass for an easy bucket.
Cole Hicks has it at the top of the key, giving it over to Jackson Childers, trying to get an off-ball screen for Spurlock, and an offensive foul called on Cole Hicks, trying to set a pin-down screen for Spurlock to get him an open look on the right wing, and just could not get that clearance. Solid defense from the Warhawks.
Well, you know, the Great Crossing team only scored 2 points in that final 5 minutes of the first half, so they're going to come out and I'm sure be a lot more aggressive offensively.
We mentioned there at our halftime break, looking to get him on track. I mean, he is a beast. He's a big physical guy. He only has 2 in this game, but he can play. Ball deflected out of bounds. We notice Gage Richardson now not playing with his nose plugged. Don't tell me it's not a contact sport. He's in there calling for it, but a little jump hook in the paint by Holman draws the foul.
It's been an up and down game. It's been a little bit erratic, and with Great Crossing not striking gold from the arc at all, they have found themselves behind in this one pretty much from the outset, but still have plenty of time to go.
They have done a good job containing Gage Richardson. He's that sharpshooter for the Warhawks. We saw him hit that mid-range bucket there in the first half, but he's a guy that can absolutely light it up. He caught fire in that state semifinal game, 16 points, knocked down like 3 threes in a row there to get the Warhawks back in that game. It was an awesome moment for him, and obviously the game didn't end the way they wanted, but he is a sharpshooter that can light it up.
Well, the full court pressure leads to a turnover and then a transition bucket. So Holman coming out with 6 points here in the less than 3 minutes of play, and his play has ignited a comeback as Great Crossing down by 10. Now they cut that lead in half.
Just a tremendous play there at midcourt, but that shows you the lethal quickness of Great Crossing. You combine that strength and that skill and quickness, then the next thing you know, you got a basket.
Well, surprisingly, you know, Great Crossing shooting, they're 0. They haven't hit a 3. And they relied largely on 2 players in that first half for their scoring, but Holman's come on here in the third quarter. Conversely, Boyd County, they've taken real good care of the ball.
Jordan Adams is standing by with a tall guy. Malachi Moreno's a pretty tall guy. What you got for us, Jordan?
Yeah, Michael, a very tall guy with me. UK basketball, men's basketball signee Malachi Moreno. Malachi, you guys are down by 5 right now. What's it going to take to get a win here in this first scrimmage?
Just hard, no defense, and talking.
What have you liked from your team so far in this first scrimmage, and maybe what is something you guys would like to improve before that first game?
Just that we haven't given up.
Obviously, we all know where you'll be playing basketball next season. What is your personal team goals for this season before you head to Lexington?
Just to win the state championship and enjoy this last season with my best friends.
And why will Great Crossing bring home that first state championship this year?
Experience. We have experience, and we have guys that can really contribute.
All right, Malachi, thank you very much. Michael, we're going to send it back to you.
All right, Jordan, thanks a lot. Malachi's zoned in. He's played a lot of this game. He's going to get jump back in the game. He got a little breather there in that second quarter when Brady Orem filled in, but he ran right back into the game after that interview. So he, you could hear it in that interview. He was gassed and gets the block right there on defense. Impressive stuff.
The block at the arc.
Well, Huff with the rebound putback, and
he was the beneficiary of that block at the arc.
Yes,
and
he
was able to put it in and draw the harm.
And able to complete a 3-point play, 6 points in the game for Huff. 5 different players for Boyd County have hit 3-point shots, and Vince Dawson can't find it. Marino with a rebound, put it up and in.
Yeah, there was no way Spurlock could challenge him on that one, having 3 fouls already. So he got himself an easy one on that rebound putback.
Marino right now 1 rebound away from a double-double, 9 rebounds. He also has 13 points to go along with 3 blocks. Backdoor cut, Huff cut off, kick it over. Here's a shot up and in, a 3-pointer from Jackson Childers. He had our first bucket of the game. He's been on the bench with fouls, but he hit one there. 4:20 to play here in the third. Richardson's 3 off the front of the rim, chases down his own miss, fires it inside, and a shot put up and in.
Bullet pass from the wing on that one for the deuce. Nice pass.
12 in the game for Holman. 12 points in second chance scoring for Great Crossing. Nice stop and pop. Childers appeared to wanted to drive the basket, but a little pull-up mid-range left of the lane. Dawson driving, couldn't get it at the rim. Put back up and in. Marino now he's got a double-double with that rebound put back. 15 points, 10 boards, 4 blocks. A lot of pressure on Holbrook. Now Boyd County trying to spread the floor. They'd like to get a shot off a set play. And there's a good set play, and that's a fade away by Spurlock that he missed.
Tough shot.
It sure was.
Well, and you know, Coach Andrews probably doesn't love that shot because it's a long 2, right? I mean, they shoot the 3 ball so well, so they want that foot behind the line if you're going to shoot a tough shot like that.
3 minutes to go in the third. Boyd County with the ball and a 5-point lead. They had a 10-point lead at half. Skip pass over to Spurlock. Dawson closes quickly on him. Now they switch out. Boyd County trying to spread the floor, driving in, keep it right of the lane. Now skip it left side. 3-point shot. Good. Boy, that skip pass gave all they needed on that diagonal.
He didn't have much room, but he had enough.
Clark Cuff, just a sophomore. Oh, heads up, Joel.
Got me.
Clark Cuff, just a sophomore. He's stepped up in this game, especially with Griffin Taylor out with that sprained ankle. You know, Clark and Cole Hicks really taking charge running the point.
And I was disappointed. I thought Bobby was going to protect me there. He just let the ball come right in on me.
You guys got business to take care of with those stats. You guys do a great job.
We had our heads down on that one.
Well, I'll just throw in a shameless plug for my vision wear glasses. They hung in there.
Attaboy.
You look good.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'll take it. You're very kind. Entry pass into the nice freshman spin move as he put Spurlock, Holbrook to the floor. And they're going to call the foul on Spurlock. And Coach Anderson saying no way.
Yeah.
And boy, I tell you what, Brady Orman, nice freshman.
Well, he's lethally strong and skilled. And that was a tough call for Coach Anderson's team on the low block there.
Orm's free throw rattled in, came out. He had made his prior 3 in a row. He has 7 points, 4 rebounds off the bench.
Coach Anderson just said, ball don't lie after that missed free throw. He was not happy with that foul call. But certainly happy with the showing that he's seen out of his team on both sides of the floor.
You're talking that Boyd County got no free throws attempts in their region game?
Yep.
Well, they've only got 1 today.
Wow.
So they may have an aversion to foul shots. I don't know. Length of the court pass, and Dawson going in. Finger roll finish at the rim.
2 minutes to go. The lead has been trimmed to 5 here in the third.
12-0 edge in favor of Great Crossing in fast break points. 3-point shot missed, and this could lead to another run out fast break. Shot put up good there by Holman. Now it's a 10-0 edge for Great Crossing in fast break scoring, and the lead from 10 now cut to 3.
Big stuff from Vince Dawson, getting that bucket, the possession before, then a great outlet pass right there. As we talked about him, the Morehead State guy, not doing the best right now scoring, but he's such an athletic wing. We've talked about his mid-range game. He's got a lot to offer for this team on both sides of the floor, so certainly going to expect him to continue to thrive. They're going to need him if they need to come back in this game.
Spurlock with the ball. Fade away, 15-footer, not there. Rebound put back. Boy, and a big wide body in there, Jake Carter. He's a big space eater, man.
Yeah.
He was able to get that offensive board, and he'll go to the line.
He was able to get the position he needed and draw the harm.
Dawson with his hands on his knees, he looks gassed. He hasn't gotten a sub. I haven't seen him get subbed out more than once. He's been out there a while.
Well, that could be an issue here for Boyd County going forward here as we're nearing the fourth.
Well, Dawson lost the ball, but Marino bailed him out and put it up and in. 17 in the game for the 7-1 Great Crossing Star. Inside a minute, Boyd County with the ball, up by 1. They run the weave and driving in, get the ball into Carter. Carter's shot blocked at the rim, lead pass and a dunk on a finish, and all of a sudden Great Crossing has a 1-point lead.
Huge last 2 quarters for Holman. You can see his confidence growing. He just had a huge clap right there. He's amped up. The sophomore stepping up here, scoring when the other talented, experienced, returning seniors have been struggling. The sophomores out there overlooked, out there getting buckets.
Boyd County gets a much-needed bucket on a Cole Hicks timely layup on the dribble drive. Great Crossing with the ball. Down 1, Dawson went to the rim, blocked by Jake Carter. Carter giving serviceable minutes. Here's a 3-pointer at the horn, and it just goes off the mark. Wow. They don't get any closer. It's a 50-49 one-point lead for Boyd County, leading Great Crossing.
Ton of scoring in that quarter. Started with
we had quite a
with
bit.
a 10-point lead, huh? 8-point lead at halftime.
23-14, or 23-16 scoring wise, and all of that came in the final 3 minutes of the quarter, as Great Crossing scored 9 points but 2 for the Boyd County Lions, and that's got them right back in it. Now, question for Boyd County in this fourth quarter is going to be stamina. We'll have to see if they can hold up, because they have played their hearts out for 3 quarters. Will continue to, but will it get into their legs? That's the question.
Well, to Michael's point, there's been 25 points scored by Great Crossing in that third quarter. 20 of the points scored by 2 players. You had Holman with 12 and Malachi Marino with 8. So, 20 of the 25 points by 2 players in that third quarter comeback.
Yeah, it kind of shows their explosiveness. They can score in a hurry. That's why they won 36 games last year and only lost 2. But Spurlock, interesting fourth quarter for him coming out. He got off to that hot start, right? And Spurlock, he's got 4 offers right now to play ball at the next level. Georgetown College was his first one. Now he's got South Florida, Youngstown State, High Point coming in. D1 offers and some unofficial visits as well, Coach Anderson told me. He plays in the Adidas circuit with Indiana Elite. His dad is actually the strength coach here at Boyd County and has been huge in helping Spurlock kind of just get better, get stronger. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. He's gained about 10 pounds of muscle in the offseason. He's played since 8th grade, 15,000 career points, should get well over 2,000 for his career after this season. And he's only a junior, guys. That's the scary part about it.
Well, what I notice about his game, he's got such a quick release. I mean, some guys, need a screen to get a shot off, not him. It's a quick release. Boyd County without numbers off the Dawson miss. And the Lions now down by 1. Here's Spurlock with Marino on him, and he raises up for a 3 off the front of the rim. 2 for 13 in this second half for Boyd County, and now make it 2 for 14 after hitting 8 of 22 in the first half. Driving in, Great Crossing looking to add to the lead. Not there. Long rebound comes out. Orman skip it over. Richardson had a 3, passed it up for the floater, didn't get it. Marino followed it up and in.
That's what you call a true tip-in if there ever was one.
19 points, 14 rebounds in the game, along with 5 block shots for Malachi Marino.
Malachi gets so many of those putbacks. He's so tall, he doesn't have to jump, right? He can just tap that in. And I think the next point of growth and development for him, maybe it comes when he gets to UK and works under Mark Pope, is more post moves. He's getting all those tip-ins. He's getting, what he wants there at the rim, but he's got to still work on those post moves, get that post fade, a little baby hook. He shows it at times, but for a team that's got some height, can be physical with him and bounce him off the block, because you see him, he's so skinny, right? And he's been trying to gain weight, and he's done a great job of that. Last year was his breakthrough, his freshman and sophomore years. So skinny that really most of his points were just tip-ins. Now he's showing his ability to push it up the court, dribble, get into the paint, and bring that physicality. Now the next point is, all right, what's going to be his post move? What's going to be his bag, so they could just dump it down to him and hopefully for him score before those double teams get there. He's getting doubled on every possession when he gets the ball thrown down there to him. So what's he going to do out of those double teams besides just passing it? He's turned it over a couple times on those passes outside of the double teams. So he's got to work on those post moves there.
And believe me, when he moves up to the next level, they are bigger.
Yes, they are.
So, while you can look over the defense mostly here at 7-1, you're going to always be the alpha guy on the floor, but you go to the next level, everybody's big.
He can get to that low block position a whole lot easier in high school than he will be able to in college.
Some interesting numbers as we move into this fourth quarter of play, and I'll get to it as Boyd County has it in the front court. In fast break scoring, it's an 18-0 edge for Great Crossing. In three-point shooting, it's a 20, It's a 33-0 edge in favor of Boyd County. And they look to add to it with a three-pointer, and they do.
36-0 now.
Cole Hicks hits his fourth three-point shot. So 36 points in three-point shooting to none for Great Crossing. Great Crossing 18 fast break points to none for the Lions. And there's Marino with a second chance putback.
He just gets that low block positioning so easily relative to the competition that he's tough to handle on the low block.
16-9 edge in favor of Great Crossing in second chance scoring, and Marino with more than half of those 16 second chance points. He goes to the free throw line where today he's 1 for 4. This free throw is good, and he completes the three-point play. Big game out of the big man. And he shoots his team to a three-point lead with that three-point play. Pressure on Hicks, driving it in the front court, goes right side on the wing. Spurlock, tough shot under duress, makes the fadeaway on the baseline.
Game knotted again.
Going the other way, and Orem with a nice bucket. Orem got free on the break. Childers trying to work on Orem, kicks it out. Holbrook on the switch off, takes it right side, and if he'd have taken the shot, maybe drawn the foul, but instead it won't be a two-shot foul.
Fouls on Orem, and it's his third.
Well, they're going to put that one on Orem. I thought maybe it was Cooper, the guy coming out, that got Holbrook on the drive.
Guys, I'm impressed with Orem. Just the physicality and the composure that we're seeing from him. I mean, he's a big guy. He's 6'5", 6'6", maybe 6'7" with that throw he's got. But he's done a great job there in the paint.
How about that?
Spurlock with 19 in the game. He did not score in the third, but he's got 2 buckets here in the 3 minutes in the fourth quarter that we're 3 deep into this fourth quarter. Loose ball out of bounds as Dawson and Spurlock both engaged on the baseline. 5:04 to play.
All right,
Colby, game.
Sorry, Joel. Colby Wilson is standing by with the injured Griffin Taylor, as we talked about, one of the seniors. Hey, Colby.
Griffin, I know you're not on the floor, but what's this experience been like for you and your team, having your scrimmage broadcasted on TV?
It feels great. I mean, a bunch of people watching. It's a good test for us to start out #1 team in the state, so it always feels good.
For sure. I know you're a senior, not playing on, but what was your expectations for yourself? And maybe you're just going to be a different role on the bench, but what are you looking forward to this season?
I'm just looking forward to, just still support my teammates no matter if I'm out there or not. And I'm trying my best to get back, and I want to be out there with my friends, but I'm still supporting them no matter what.
You had a great record last season, 27-7. How do you think this team is going to carry some of that success into this year?
Well, like I said, it's always a good test, and this will just carry over into the rest of the season. And we have a tough schedule this year, so we'll have multiple of these, so it'll help all of them.
What's it like playing under Coach Anderson, a guy who's kind of brought this program and made it into what it is today?
Oh, yes. He's a great guy, not just a coach. He's a great guy. Everybody loves him as a person. But, you always want to have somebody like that, especially, the leader of your team, and we love him.
Thanks, Griffin.
Thank you.
Colby, thanks a lot. Griffin Taylor sprained his ankle in practice. I think a couple weeks ago, Coach told me just landed on one of his teammates, landed on his foot, and tough blow there, so he's working hard to try to get that back, hopefully get back around Christmas time sometime, hopefully before Christmas is what Coach Anderson told us.
4 lead changes in the 4 minutes that's transpired here in this quarter, and here's Richardson with a steal and a finish with a layup.
And during that sequence, they finally made a three-pointer, that being Great Crossing.
Vince Dawson made that three. 3:20 to play in this ball game. Boyd County with the ball, down 3. They run the weave out on top. Spurlock calling for it, fighting over the pick is Holman. And again, backdoor cut. And it's going to be out of bounds. Deflected by Great Crossing. And with 3:09 to play, Cooper checking back in. And coming out is Brady Orm.
Yeah, Bobby, who would have thought this would have been the first 3 this late in the game for Great Crossing? But it makes sense. It's Vince Dawson. You know, the guy hit that game-winning 3 in the 11th Region Championship game against Lexington Catholic over at Dunbar High School in Lexington. It was such a crazy moment. Lex Cath with a 3-point lead late in the game. Vince Dawson hits a 3 to tie it up with around 25 seconds left. Lex Cath comes down. They can hold it for the last shot, but they don't. They decide to chuck up a shot with around 10 seconds left, maybe 8 seconds left. Missed shot. Malachi rebounds it, takes a few dribbles up the court, maybe around half court, throws it to Vince, and he just nails the 3-pointer at the buzzer to win the 11th Region Championship. It was such a massive moment. He said it was one of the greatest moments of his life, and certainly a massive moment for them to catapult their run to get to Rupp, something they've been wanting to do as a program for the first time. They did it. Now they want to finish the job this year.
Yeah, the head coach for Great Crossing, Steve Page, he's the only coach that the school's ever known. He got the program started. He's entering his 7th season. His record, 116 wins and 44 defeats. That's 72.5% winning percentage. He's won the district 3 times, but the regional championship last year was their first title in their first trip to the boys' Sweet 16, and now they find themselves leading here in this home team showcase, 65-62, with 3:09 to play. But Bobby, we've had 4 lead changes in less than 5 minutes.
These final 3:09 can go either way. Been a great contest.
Here's a drawn-up play out of the timeout, and the 3 is missed by Spurlock. 13 of 25 is Boyd County, and the shot put up and in. Wipe it off. It's going to be a charge. Or no, wait a minute.
They gave it to him.
They're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
They're going to call the foul on Holbrook.
Again, a tough call for Boyd County on that particular drive, but he did have the acrobatic enough move to make the shot.
Well, he can't get the free throw, but Moreno tips it twice. Finally, Spurlock chases down a miss, but he saves it inbounds to Dawson, and there's a 4-point trip for Great Crossing. So Boyd County had the worst thing that they could possibly have happen to them. They have had a 4-point possession on that trip, and they've been outscored 6-0 in the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, that is tough to overcome late in the game with the score pretty much knotted up going in.
The Warhawks picking up the intensity a little bit after not getting some of those loose balls earlier in the game. Extra defensive intensity in that one, clapping their hands, pumped up after forcing that, and Malachi getting on the glass, some offensive boards. Even though they're just tips, they still count as offensive boards. He's getting there, trying to get some second chance points for them.
Yeah, and second chance points have been really few and far for Boyd County in the second half. They've only had 2 points in second chance scoring in the second half. That just leads to the dominance in the backboards by Great Crossing in this ball game. And conversely, the Warhawks, they have 16 points overall in this game in second chance scoring. When you got that kind of size and that kind of board strength, you're going to be hard to handle. Boyd County with the ball. Right now, Great Crossing offering full court pressure. Holbrook, a guy, he's a big point guard. And he's done a good job handling the ball. He rubs Dawson off of a screen, got to the baseline, put up a leaner, and got it. He rubbed that screen, Bobby.
He used that screen, just kept charging to the basket, was able to float one in and have enough contact to go to the line. Big play for the Lions.
Holbrook only with 5 points in this game, but as a guard, he has 6 rebounds, and he now completes a 3-point play, and he's logged a lot of minutes against a quality caliber Great Crossing team.
Yeah, guys, and Marcus Brumfeld in the game for Boyd County. He's a guy that took a year off from basketball. He wanted to focus on football last year, so he's a solid player out there in football. You can see him, stocky guy, strong guy, focused on football last year, but wanted to come back and play basketball this year in his senior season. Certainly expected to help out, be in the rotation there with a strong backcourt. He's listed at guard, but he's a physical guy that can get down in the paint as well.
Well, there's always a role for an enforcer, and you can find a role for a three-point marksman like Spurlock. His first 3 of the second half
30-footer
pulls his team to within 1. Yeah, range was not a problem. They double down on Moreno, and the Boyd County coaching staff all standing off the bench wanting a walk call or a travel. But they called the foul in there.
Another foul on Childers. That's his 4th.
Yes.
Talented kid, you know, 6'8", transferred from Huntington Prep.
What a pick. Excuse me
Huntington,
there, Michael. An easy bucket.
Huntington Prep expression out there over the state line in West Virginia. A talented kid, but like we've seen, you know, just needs to improve maybe his discipline there. Down in the paint, multiple fouls on Malachi Moreno. That's gotten him in trouble all game, kind of interrupted his rhythm early on.
Yeah, no question there, and yet he's not playing against chopped liver in this game.
So that's an interesting story on how he arrived here, because it was a late addition on the roster, and boy, you get a 6'8" guy that can play, walk into your school like that, that's a blessing. Holbrook, give and go, not there, throw it out. Clock at 1.5 minutes to play. Boyd County down 3. On the right wing, Holbrook driving into the paint, lost the ball, picked up. Brunfield goes over there, and Cole Hicks, a guy that's hit 5 threes, passes up one there.
You don't need a 3 here. A lot of time left.
A lot of time. And a mismatch. Nice look. Childers shot blocked, and it's rejected by Moreno, who pulls away the miss. Players on the floor. He pivots out. Dawson with it in transition. Crossover dribble at the foul line. 12-footer.
Yeah.
Got it. He's had a big second half.
Yeah, huge turnabout there. Great defense on one end, and then a big bucket on the other to give them this 5-point lead.
And a near turnover, and finally from his seated position, Hicks makes a shot at the rim, leads to a run out and a dunk by Holman on the other end.
Great crossing, putting on the clamps late in this game. Some massive stops, turning into some buckets on the other end.
Driving in, Holbrook with the runner, didn't get it, kept alive by Childers. The leaner follow, not there, but Spurlock with a rebound putback.
No quit in either one of these teams, is there, Joel?
No, sir, and Spurlock with 26 points in this game.
26 earned points.
Yeah, and the Great Crossing coaching staff still, you know, on their guys, saying finish this game, rebound. They gave up that offensive rebound there for Boyd County to get a second chance point and score there to keep themselves in it, down 5 with 23 left, gonna have to foul. But Steve Page and the other assistants on this staff, on their guys to get those offensive rebounds. Erica Jackson, Steve Anderson, and William Brown, a couple of their, excuse me, that's on the GRC girls. Freddie McCoy, Tamara Manning, and Vince Dawson, the number 1's dad there. Vince Dawson III out there balling on the court. But this coaching staff has been on these guys. It's been a group that's been together for a while now. And they certainly got the most out of their kids here in these last couple minutes on the defensive end of the floor. Some massive stops late.
And we've talked about this guy quite a bit in this ball game, Vince Dawson, the Moorhead commit. But really, he only had 2 points at halftime, but he's played big in the second half. We're looking at 11 points in the fourth quarter, 15 in the second half.
And yet, you know, you talk about offense, and that's only one component of the game. So he's been pretty daggone solid on both ends of the floor with his defense.
Coach Randy Anderson's Boyd County Lion team, they had a tough draw in this showcase, but have acquitted themselves well, and they're not done yet as Spurlock makes the steal, and he gets shoved out of bounds with 21.5 seconds.
Well, what a cagey play that time after the probably an ill-advised pass.
Yes.
Put Great Crossing in that position.
So Coach Page wants to call a timeout, and he comes out to midcourt. He has a plea to the official, and Coach Anderson will have a time to set up an out-of-bounds play for his team. The Great Crossing team, they only had in this ball game 3 turnovers in the second half, and that's That's led to their success here. Big difference in the second half, coming back from being down 10.
Yep, and a reminder, game number 3 here on the Home Team Showcase. The GRC girls, one of the best teams in the state, getting ready to take on West Jessamine, one of the top teams in Region 12. Lost in the Region 12 title game last year. So close to getting the Rupp Arena, wanting to get there this season. They are getting their road to Rupp started here in Winchester at the Home Team Showcase. So make sure to stay tuned right after the conclusion of this game. Just a couple minutes, quick turnaround. We will get game number 3 started for you.
Well, there's 21.5 seconds left in this game 2 matchup. Again, Boyd County out of the 16th region, Great Crossing out of the 11th region. And it was Boyd County leading by 10 at halftime. And the Great Crossing surge began in the second half. It began in the third quarter when 20 of the 25 points in the third quarter scored by Marino and Holman. They just kind of took over. And then in the fourth quarter, it's been Vince Dawson. A lot of firepower, a lot of balance on this Warhawk team. Boyd County with the ball, trying to free Spurlock. And we're going to have, well, they're going to call the foul on Marcus Brumfield. That'll be his 4th. And he's called for a moving screen. Coach Anderson drew something up out of the timeout. It just didn't get to materialize.
Didn't get a chance to complete his thought.
And Gage Richardson a little trouble. Gets it into Holman. Spurlock with a steal. Scored easily. And they're going to call a timeout. Spurlock with the steal. Holman wanted a foul, but the official didn't call it.
Both teams very stick-to-it, if you want, if you will. They really get it done and get it done fast. That was just tremendous aggressive defense that time to trim this lead to 2.
Yeah, Joel. Oh, sorry, Bobby. Go ahead.
No, we're fine.
But Joel, you mentioned he wanted a foul there. There was a lot going on that inbound play because one of the Boyd County guys falls down. They wanted a foul there from that contact. No foul called before the pass. Gage Richardson had trouble getting it in the Holman, and then with that contact, Spurlock gave him a little tug, and refs called no foul because of that little contact there before the pass. Kind of just evens out.
Yeah, I think the officials, who knows, they can't mind read, but they were watching the possible flop. You don't want to call a, you want it decided by the players. You want to swallow the whistle, but you don't want to call a flop here. So
no 15K flop fine there.
No. Spurlock took advantage of it while they were distracted. He just got a steal and a bucket. Dawson stripped of the ball, but fouled on a spin move as Cole Hicks went for the steal. Boyd County down 1 possession, but Great Crossing's Vince Dawson at the free throw line. He hasn't been at the stripe in this ball game. Last year, a near 18-point per game scorer, averaged 5 rebounds a contest, and this free throw in and out.
Well, that gives him a shot.
Sure does.
If he gets this one down, it's going to be difficult.
Difficult, but well, he makes 1 of 2. And Coach Anderson said, my guys had it in. We were running down the floor, but Coach Page got the timeout in before the possession of the ball was inbounded. And now the officials coming over, and they'll. So the officials confirm with our scorekeeper, Mike Bear Rogers. It isn't his first rodeo,
yeah,
is it?
he's a timekeeper and a half. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the Boyd County coaches, Joe Gilbert, Jesse Wallace, Jerry Spurlock, Jacob's dad, Drew Jones, they were all a little upset there. They thought that ball was already inbounded, and they felt like they had some momentum going down the court, but maybe the ref was fumbling his whistle maybe for a quick half second there.
Well, they were going to need 2 possessions in 12.5 seconds, so time was of the essence, no question about it. But I'm just, I had never thought of this till you brought it up. They didn't shoot any free throws the last game they played last season, their last game. And then in this one, they only shot 2.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How many is Great Crossing shot?
Well, at last look, they are 8 of 12. Yeah. So this game's had a little better flow. Our first game, it was extrapolated as the teams were trying to extend the game. We had such a back and forth. This one's had a little more up-tempo flow.
Yeah, both very competitive, however.
Again, you don't have to get a 3 right here. You can still push it up quick for a quick 2 if you feel like that's the move, but you got to go quick.
10 seconds, still not across midcourt. Driving in, Holbrook. Three-pointer shot on the way, it's missed. Marino with a rebound, and that's going to do it. Horn sounds, game over. Another high-scoring game that was close all the way to the finish. In a final, Great Crossing Warhawks 76, the Boyd County Lions 72. A good ball game as Great Crossing a come-from-behind win on this home team showcase.
How about this start to the day? We had 2 fantastic ball games to get our action started. We got 2 more. We got the host schools, GRC girls, then GRC boys. Come back with us after this quick break on the home team showcase.
You're watching the Fox 56 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto.